You were talking about people sharing commonalities, whether it's like a challenge or wanting to transform themselves in yoga or being a part of a deaf community. What is it to you about sharing different commonalities that make up a community?
I love talking about my own shared experiences with people. Um, I love, especially the internet, the rise of the internet, being able to talk about whatever shared experience we have with people on Instagram and TikTok, and especially other studio owners, like I shared earlier, of I felt like I was screaming into the void. I needed so much help and I had no idea what to do. And finding the corner of the internet that had the answers and the nice people that were willing to help. And right now, I can't tell you how many studio owners I have in group chats where we just send each other voice notes all day, helping each other with things, sending each other screenshots and Canva templates, just like overly helping each other so that for out of our hearts. But when you do need something, you've definitely paid your dues where if somebody can throw you a bone, then they're more than willing to.
And you talk about this community of like business owners and studio owners. And where do you see that heading over the next few years as more people continue to open up these different studios? And what tools are available to them to open up these studios and be able to stay in business and have a viable business?
Yeah, I think yoga and Pilates studio owners have a lot in common with almost any service-based business. If you look at the like really, really core stuff, but specifically for yoga and Pilates studio owners, I think we are going to keep seeing a lot of studios open, especially Pilates, especially mat Pilates. It is a very it's not as expensive to open a mat Pilates studio as it is hot yoga or reformer Pilates. Definitely not aerial yoga because the rigging situation is very cost prohibitive. But I invite people, especially yoga and Pilates teachers, when they do see a studio opening, whether it's really, really close or just anywhere online or in a driving distance of them. I noticed a lot of studio owners feel like there's another place where people can go work out. That's not my business. And that can stress them out. But once you start doing really well, when you get the help you need, you'll see that you actually get excited when you see that. Like, I'm a total dork in the Chamber of Commerce and everything, anyways. But when I see a new any service-based business really, but especially some sort of workout place, I get so excited. I message them on Instagram. I'm like, "Who owns this place? Who's the manager? I'm gonna come take a class. I'd love to see you. What's working for you? What's your product like? Where'd you find your teachers?" And um, anytime somebody messages me and asks me for a question, I answer it. I will send them exactly the template or the document that I used, and I just get so excited when other studios open because I love having a relationship with people that are living the same thing that I'm living, which is running a yoga or Pilates studio.
That's awesome. And you're talking about having that passion for the other studio owners and growing their
Yes.
business and succeeding and encouraging them. And that's something that's led you to opening up your own consultancy and trying to help other studio owners kind of grow and level up. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I had already been helping people online without titling it consulting necessarily, but I've done quite a few rounds of different, usually group coaching containers. And I lived for those calls. Like, I would get so excited to be on a Zoom call with other studio owners, and every question they had, I just jumped to answer for them. Or if I had the same question, I was really excited for whoever was hosting the call to help and answer. And I just noticed these patterns of the same questions being asked. So that's where I did, like I said, kind of got over the hump of feeling like I couldn't make a decision without asking a bunch of people, to understanding how things work on a bigger level and being able to answer questions for people. And so I graduated from the most recent cohort of group coaching that I was doing. And then I told myself I was just going to take a break. Not that there's not still a ton of things for me to learn, and I'm definitely going to be in a lot more groups as a student soon. I have my eye on a couple. I just noticed that I got an even bigger influx of people reaching out to me. And I get a lot of messages on Instagram on my business's account for the studio. Like, what are you doing? Like, you are so busy and you're everywhere and you post multiple times a day. There's so many students in your studio and you have so many testimonials. And what are you doing differently? Especially because everybody books directly through our website. And we have an amazing product. First of all, you cannot have a thriving studio if your classes suck. And you got to figure that out first before you come to me, at least. Some people can help you with the product. But once you have the confidence that you have a perfect product and experience, then there's some really simple things you can do with your digital marketing to just be findable. Like if people are Googling, if somebody wakes up and says, I want to do yoga today's the day. I don't know why, but I'm going to do yoga. It's 8 o'clock and I want to take a 9:30 somewhere. And they Google yoga near me and you don't come up, they're never going to find you, at least not that day. And that's when there was that spark, and you need to hit them when they have that spark. And if you are not posting on social media or you don't have a really active social media account, then people are less likely to find you from being tagged or someone else sharing their picture. And then if somebody does find your website and it looks like crap and there's not a call to action, then they cannot sign up for a class, especially if you send them to a third party booking website like a lot of places do. So there's so much best practices that look really simple on paper that are being repeated constantly. But a lot of people just need someone to hold them accountable and work with them step by step. And it's also really important that they're done in a specific order because, for example, paid advertising. I love meta ads. When they're done correctly, they are a money tree, they're an investment. You put in X, you get XX. It's amazing. But if your website isn't in the place it should be and it's not set up correctly, you can't run a paid ad because you're going to send them somewhere that just doesn't work. So things do need to be done in layers.
So you've got to sync everything up.
Yes.